Drawing noses can be very fun, and if you overthink it, it will be very difficult. But again, I try to make them as simple as possible. So let's get into it. Let's see how I make them simple. I break them up into shapes, obviously. This is a more realistic type of nose. I show the nostrils. I show the round part on the top. I don't know the anatomical correct way of describing this part of your nose, but I draw the nose in a way that makes it look a lot more realistic. Or at least for this example, that's what I'm doing. However, in my actual comic book experience, I simplify them like crazy. If you look through this entire thing, you can see exactly the types of actions that I take to draw each nose. I draw arrows for you to mimic. And, this is exactly what I did to create all of these noses right here. This is the result. These are the actions. They kind of look like codes that you would do on like a game or whatever, but that's not what this is at all. The reason why I do this is because, well, I mean, I've been saying it throughout this entire course. I'm trying not to overthink it. I'm trying to make them very quick. It's my style. And, like I said in a previous video, when you have a style, that means that this is the way that you draw when you're trying to get it done, trying to make sure that you can replicate it constantly, trying to make it look cool, but like I said, still quick and everything else. And this is my solution to doing that. I've created several different simple types of noses that I repeat throughout all of my characters. Some of them are a little bit more detailed than others, but generally speaking, they're all pretty simple. So we're going to take this second one right here, and we're going to add it to King Elefante, because King Elefante has a nose that looks like this. And voila. That's usually the second thing that I do whenever I'm drawing a character. Now, like I said in the previous video, we're going to be getting into all of these later, but as you can see right here, I'm having the point come up on this line. So I wanted to make sure that I have the point on this line as well. However, if I wanted to give him a different nose, let's say his nose was like this, or if it was like this, or let me make this a little bit less so that way you can see it better. Or if I wanted to give him an actual nose, I could do this entire thing to make sure that, let me make that blue. If I wanted to give him an actual nose, this is what I would do. This isn't exactly what I would do because I already know how to draw a nose without the shapes. But, if I really wanted to make sure, this is what I would do. I could, vary it up and make the nose look a little bit more snooty by adding a little bit more of an arch in his nose. I could make it super big. Like I said, drawing the nose can be very fun. And, no, sorry. Let me just erase that. All right, yeah, drawing the nose can be very fun. But ultimately, what you want is to have something that you can replicate over and over and over again without putting too much thought into it. Because the one thing that I want to focus on for you guys is, or I guess to elaborate on a little bit more, is if you, let's say, had a very complicated design for a character's face. There are, everything needs to be completely detailed 100% all the time. Maybe that's the style that you want to draw in. And yeah, that can be a very cool style to draw in, and all the more power to you if you want to do that. It takes up a drastic amount of time for me, and I personally like drawing fairly quickly. So, I've been able to manipulate my style in a way to where everything is broken down in a very quick shape like manner that I can then elaborate on and create the type of feel that I'm going for. But for everybody out there that's just finding themselves, I mean, find what's most fun for you. If adding detail is the most fun for you and, having a realistic character all the time is like what you want, kudos to you. Do it. Do that. I mean, there's several different artists that are very, very popular for, being super detailed, like Vagabond, for instance. I guess Takashi Obata is a little bit more on the manga side, but he's also very detailed with his artwork. Berserk. I mean, I could go on and on. I mean, even inside of Saturday AM, there's JR DeBard who does Underground. It really just kind of depends on what you personally want to convey with your art. So don't take everything that I say as a 100% gospel in terms of like, I need to do this in order to, draw anything. Just take what I'm saying and apply it to your life. Try to or apply it to your artistic journey, I would say. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully, I'm not overwhelming you. And also hopefully you're not going to overthink it when you try to do it. Just have some fun because that's what's most important.